Not surprisingly, the auto company known for its handling and reliability also has the best gas mileage. Honda, the most fuel-efficient auto company in America.
Hello and welcome to Tech 101. I'm Eric Hesseldahl, Senior Technology Writer here at BusinessWeek.com. This is our weekly video podcast where we answer your questions about technology. The email inbox is open. The address is tech101@businessweek.com. Our question this week comes from Dan in Arlington, Massachusetts, and it concerns DVDs. Dan writes, my wife is from Paris and gets French DVDs as gifts, yet they won't play on my Sony DVD player, which is a few years old. The player says out of area. I know that TV output formats differ from the US and Europe, but what's up with the DVD itself? Well, Dan, DVDs are great technology, but you've just run into one of the dumbest ideas ever conceived, I think, in the history of consumer electronics. DVD region codes. Basically, the discs that come to you from Europe are encoded for region 2, and you, my friend, live in region 1. So let me explain a little bit. Now, I've got right here a DVD of Rocky, which I bought at the drugstore here in Manhattan, and obviously it's going to be encoded for region 1. So I'm going to pop it in the player, and you'll see we've got a Philips player here. And you see we're pretty much ready to play. So that's region 1. Now let me show you what happens when we put a disc from region 2 in there. This is a copy of Murder on the Orient Express that was purchased in London, which is in region 2. And we're going to put it in this region 1 player. You see there's an error message there that says wrong region. This disc in Europe can't play on this player from North America. Now, you can read more about the finer points of DVD region codes on Wikipedia. There's a really informative article there. But basically what you need to know is that North America is region 1, Europe, Japan, and South Africa are region 2, and then there's other regions, none of which are compatible with region 1. Now, you can thank the Hollywood studios and the electronic manufacturers for this. Now, one interesting way to get around the DVD region code problem is to use your computer. Now, pretty much all computers that you get these days, whether they're a laptop or a desktop, Mac or PC, will have a DVD player in them. Now, one thing your computer can do that your store-bought DVD player can't do is change the region code, but there are limitations. You get only 5 changes to the region code. So presumably you're going to buy your computer in region 1, you can change it to region 2, but you only get 4 changes after that. So I would set it more or less permanently at the region you think you're going to want to use most. Now, Dan, in your question, you make an important reference to screen format. Now, one thing you need to know about television screens is that the screen formats in the US and in other countries tend to be different. Most of Europe uses a format called PAL. In the US, we use something called NTSC. And in France, they use yet another format called SECAM. Now, what do you want to make sure you do when you buy a DVD player is that it can handle the conversion. Most high-end players will handle the conversion. In fact, most players will handle PAL to NTSC conversion out of the box. But you also want to make sure, just to be safe, that yours also handles SECAM. So pay attention to that. Now, in the case of French language DVDs, it's also helpful to know that Canada is region 1, and Canada is a French-speaking region of the world. You can get French language DVDs from online retailers like Indigo and Renaud Bray and others, and they'll be encoded for region 1. So you can buy them and they'll work flawlessly in your region 1 player. So Dan in Arlington, Mass., I'm sure you're not the only one who's ever run across the frustrations of DVD region codes. It's one of the dumbest ideas, I think, in the history of consumer electronics, but such is the way of things. So there you have it. That wraps it up for Tech 101 this week. Remember to send us your questions. The address is tech101@businessweek.com. And remember, technology should be easy, and when it's not your fault. See you next time.
Not surprisingly, the auto company known for its handling and reliability also has the best gas mileage. Honda, the most fuel-efficient auto company in America.